Born and raised here, Monte, California, and you eventually, what was that like? And we're going back when? What was that like? What was the car culture, the environment like back then?
We moved from here about 20 years ago, probably. You didn't have as many politics, and it wasn't as bad as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pick and choose what show you go to like you did now.
But what was the culture like for you growing up? High school?
I was poor growing up in Almani, so I didn't ever have a nice car or any of the nice stuff. I got to watch it, but I didn't ever have anything. That's what made me want to build cars when I got older. I started cruising cars on Whittier when I was like 18, but it was 4 doors and the most raggedy hydraulic setups you could have. I never had anything nice out here before, but I knew what was nice. I just couldn't afford it at the time.
Your heart was into it though, huh? What's going on, everybody? I am Joe Ray. This is the Wired Down Show. We have another great episode coming right at you. But before we get there, we have a proud sponsor by the name of Klique Tires. This wouldn't be happening without them. When it comes to 520s, I've told you before, 14s or 13s, the premium sport tire from Klique. I personally ride when I ride. They handle, there's comfort, but the most important part about that tire is safety. Today's episode, we have Paul and his wife. He has now just recently joined the Klique Car Club. We're going to go from Monte all the way out to Oklahoma and what the cultures are like, what you do now, how you guys met. We got a good story to tell. So here we go. So I'd like for both of you to introduce yourselves. Go ahead, Paul.
Hey, I'm Paul from Klique Car Club, Dallas-Fort Worth chapter.
I'm Alma.
You don't want to say Alma, I'm his wife.
I'm his wife, Alma.
So we've met quite a few times before. Actually at a car show at a bar when somebody passed me down a beer. That was real nice. We got to meet each other. And then from there on, we just went. I know you were at various different shows, always supporting Original Lowrider at that time. And I've seen you here and there, but you had a story to tell. And your car was themed out by that story. You have a personal tragedy in both of your lives. And I don't know how I would handle that if that happened to me at all. But I mean, doing what you do has to help the pain go away somewhat. It's always going to be there forever. But we got to know each other. And I know that part is, I wouldn't know, like I said, I wouldn't know what to do if that ever happened to me or anybody that's out there. But before we even get going, where are you guys originally from?
I'm from here. I'm from Almani, California.
I'm from Texas, Harlingen, Texas.
Okay. So how did you guys meet, husband and wife?
We met in Oklahoma.
You met?
Yeah, we actually met on the internet.
So you born and raised here, Monte, California, and you eventually, what was that like? And we're going back when? What was that like? What was the car culture, the environment like back then?
We moved from here about 20 years ago, probably. So it was back in the days, you didn't have as many politics, and it wasn't as bad as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pick and choose what show you go to like you did now.
But what was the culture like for you growing up? High school?
I was poor growing up in Almani, so I didn't ever have a nice car or any of the nice stuff. I got to watch it, but I didn't ever have anything. That's what made me want to build cars when I got older.
And you're out there in Texas, big Texas, because all of it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you had to just wait along. You know where he came from, how California is, especially Los Angeles. It's a rat race, and it's a lot more peaceful and calmer out that way, especially in Oklahoma. So growing into the culture of, well, let's talk lowriding, right? Now you're in the Klique. How did that all begin for you? Did it begin here or somewhere else?
Well, I started cruising cars on Whittier when I was like 18, but it was 4 doors and the most raggedy hydraulic setups you could have. I never had anything nice out here before, but I knew what was nice. I just couldn't afford it at the time.
Your heart was into it though, huh? You get a chance to go down the boulevards, car shows, anything like that?
I was on Whittier all the time. Shows at the LA Coliseum,
Mm-hmm.
San Diego, super shows. Never had a car in a show. back then, but I was always there.
And where you live, of course, the car culture, the low riding car culture out that way, you saw it, you had to live by it. I mean, there's car cultures all over the whole world, right? But the lowrider car culture itself, did there anything about those type of cars that you liked, or were you even into that?
When we met, yes, but I was already in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah, I basically grew up in Oklahoma, but yeah, when we met, I was kind of just going to shows and stuff.
Paul, you grow up in El Monte, California. How long were you here until you moved out, and why did you move out?
I was probably about 30 years old, and I had two boys at the time, and I just wanted to give them something better, show them a show them a better life than I had growing
Hmm.
up. But obviously that was a mistake. But I took them out of state, moved to Oklahoma about 20 years ago.
And the difference, the culture shock to go all the way out there,
Definitely,
because you could see Oklahoma, you could see it, like they say, 1,000 miles away, because there's no mountains or anything. It's all just flat, right?
it is pretty flat.
I went out there to a couple shows out there. I wanted to go see Dodge. I wanted to see the history and the way the different states are. And there's like a tri-state that's out there. The College World Series was out that way. So every time you get a chance to go out to a show, for anybody out there, especially now, whether it's in Texas too, you go and see what happened to Kennedy out there.
Hmm.
There's a lot of history in everywhere we go. And then there's the car club history. Um, Leaving California and going out to Oklahoma, you left that car culture there going out that way. Did you feel that there'd be lowriders out there, or if you ever got into it, you'd be the only one?
I honestly didn't think about it at the time.
Uh-huh.
We were kind of excited to leave. Things were getting really expensive, and of course, everywhere we lived was dangerous at the time. And we went to Oklahoma, and it was completely different. It was the opposite of everything that I knew.
And the car culture, what was that like out there, the whole thing?
There was I didn't see any lowriders at first.
Hmm.
It was probably the first couple of years before I even saw anything. But I was about 2.5 hours maybe from the city.
From the city.
So once I moved to Oklahoma City from where I was living at, then I started seeing cars and started hooking up with different people there.
So you get out that way. You just mentioned right now with your two boys, you take them out that way to get out of trouble, giving them a better life. When I was out there, I met a lot of Oakland Raider fans from Fresno all the way up Northern California, and they had nice cars and everything at the show. And I get even at the Autorama is when I first set eyes at a show out that way. And every time I met up and talked to certain people, I would ask them, like, why are you out here? And they would tell me, well, we came from Fresno. Our parents took us out of the elements that were there, and they wanted us to get a better education. So we left. I go, okay. And how is it out here? It's okay. You just got to know where you can go and where you shouldn't go. I go, well, I mean, things have changed a lot now compared to back then. And the Raiders moved again. And you can go back. Have you gone back to visit? No. Why? We don't want to go back. You like it out here? It's peaceful, it's calm, it's quiet, it's laid back more. And I can understand that, because I don't think anybody out there even watches television like we do out here. So we don't watch television out here because there's a whole lot more going on than $20 lunches today for one person. But you came out for this weekend, for this event, and you're here for a wedding, you were saying?
No, we came to see our seventh grandson,
Our your seventh grandson.
grandchild,
Congratulations.
son.
So come out to visit. Do you get out here a lot or no?
We used to come 3 or 4 times a year, but once we started traveling, doing all the shows, we haven't been out here very often. We came for the LA Super Show in 24, and then last year we came for a funeral. Was that last year? For Nacho.
No, I think it was longer than that. It was before the
So
car show.
once a year now,
Hmm.
basically.
So at the shows, when I would meet you guys there at the show, and we'd talk, and we would set up. I watch you set up your car, the carpet, the whole thing. Beautiful Cutlass,
Thank you.
blue murals, the chrome and everything on it. And we always talk cars and what you were going to do to it next and all that. But your car was themed out, and it had to be themed out of course, because you dedicated to your son.
Right.
You lost your son for the same reasons that you move away, like we all do, to get. That was my dad's thing too. I think every parent out there wants better for their kids. They want to give them a better life no matter how hard they have to work. And they're always preaching, well, you got to get an education and I'll work for that so you can have it so you don't have to work hard like me. But every parent that we have, all our parents are different. Whether they're good or bad, there is an education that you receive in life from them, good or bad. Because there's a lot of kids out there that are great kids and the dad wasn't all that, or the mom wasn't, the mother that they should have been. So you don't want to be like that. We all have our free choice, right? I saw the car was all themed out. You had your son on the murals and everything, and your dedication was to him. You want to talk about that a little bit?
When we first moved to Oklahoma, I think he was probably about 5 years old, and I started building lowrider bikes with him because they were little. So they got into building lowriders right off the bat, and it was bicycles and stuff. But once he got older, he kind of stopped building bikes, and he got a girl and had a couple kids. So he kind of stepped away from his family, I guess. Well, the kids grow up and they go move out and do their own thing. So he wasn't really interested in it for a while. So I kind of stopped doing it, and then we ended up buying a lake house and started doing the boat stuff. So we kind of got away from building cars.
And then you guys got together where around this time? He says boat stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you like the boats first, or the bikes, or lowriders?
I mean, I prefer the lowriders. I'm not much of a water person, but it was fun. I mean, to get away for the weekends.
But all our money was going to that, so we stopped building cars for a while. And then my son wanted to build a car, so he started talking to me about building a car again. And I was putting him off because we were busy doing other stuff at the time. So once he passed away, I really regretted not building a car with him. So that's the first thing I did, was started building a car for him.
And theme the car as dedication to him.
Right.
There are murals on the trunk, which we will see. Like I mentioned before, that's just a hard thing to do. But everything where you go from there, like I said, the pain never goes away. It's always going to be there. It diminishes just a little bit, but I mean, you got to keep active all the time. So lowriding does help. Going to car shows, having a nice car, all of that helps. You guys meet together. How did you say that happened?
We met on MySpace.
On MySpace, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he has a lowrider, he's into it, wants to build it. She comes into the whole picture. Of course, there's going to be support there. So she's going to help you out with the colors of the car and what to do and everything. Because I've seen you working harder than him when you're displaying the car, right?
Yes, of course.
So that all worked out together, right?
Right.
Real good. So how long have you guys been together now?
18 years.
18 years. Wow. So the car culture out there in Oklahoma, it's grown a lot.
It has.
Continues to. There's a lot of various car clubs out that way. Besides car shows, are there cruising spots out that way?
Yeah, they'll have 29th Street is pretty much the most popular spot to cruise. Other than that, they'll have some picnics at parks, and that's pretty much it.
How is that accepted? You're white. You look white, and you're in a lowrider. Is that accepted out there because you're
I think
white?
it is.
Or
I don't
it's just
think
part of the
it's just
game
not.
plan?
It's not a color thing there. They've
No?
never.
That's why everybody doesn't want to move back over here.
Right.
No color barriers at all there.
Everybody pretty much sticks together there. It doesn't matter if you're poor or rich or what color you are. You're not really judged in that sense.
So you joined the last time we met. You had told me that you joined the Klique Car Club. So you're in Klique, but the Fort Worth chapter out there, and it's 3 hours away from you.
Yeah, it's about 3 hours from.
And you're the VP.
Yes, sir.
Of the Klique. Hey guys, just so you know, this is one badass tire. Coker Tire has been working for years to build a perfect 520 tire, and the evolution of this tire was led entirely by the end consumer, which is us. Suggestions from customers led to many changes throughout the years, and the most recent improvements include all new tooling and molds, meaning that the ultimate lowrider tire just got better. Crisp, Sidewall lettering and perfect white wall size and location are the cosmetic features. And you can expect excellent performance out of this tire due to its 8-ply rating. The most significant feature of the new premium sport tire is the tread profile and defined shoulder, giving it the perfect look. This reimagined tire has the same great features you know and love, but with all new materials to ensure customer satisfaction. It has been years in the making, but believe us, it's worth a wait. You can order the new Premium Sport 52013 and 52014 now at CokerTire.com. So we've had various Klique members on here to talk a little bit about the history, the culture. They're one of the legacy car clubs, dynasty car clubs, if you will. They've been around here, as you know, way back, probably before you were born. So their legacy, you join something and it's a little bit different where you're at. But of course, all the chapters are going to be different from the mother chapter. And who's to say, which one has the better cars, right? Because I've seen some chapters from Arizona on out, even to Chicago, where some of the chapters of car clubs out there are like, wow, they'll give everybody a run for money out here. Mm-hmm. So why the Klique?
I saw them when I was a kid, so that's basically something I've always wanted to do. Like I said, I couldn't afford it when I was a kid. So once I started getting older, I kind of set standards, and that's where I ended up.
How did you get into that chapter?
I actually ran into somebody that I grew up with in Monte in Oklahoma, and he introduced me to the homie John that started the Dallas-Fort Worth chapter.
Oh, cool.
When he introduced me to him, then we went from there.
So how long have you been in there now?
It's been a little over a year.
How did you become vice president that quick?
We took a vote at one of the meetings, and I just got voted in.
You're working on another car now, so the Cutlass is no more. Now you have a fastback, 67?
67 convertible.
Convertible. Jeez, well, that is a fastback when the top's down, right? I saw it. You had it in gold, right?
It's gold.
You sent me pictures on it. Those are beautiful cars too, man. But you dropped an LS in it, huh?
Yes.
So you guys join a car club. Of course, he's going to ask you, what do you think? You support him 100% in everything. Mm-hmm. What did you think about going from a G body over to a rag?
I preferred it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a big car.
It is.
It's a longer car. Very nice. And what's it like for you out that way to build a car out that far? Because it's ridiculous this way. Did you have to bring it out this way to get any chrome done, paint, or anything like that?
No, most of the stuff I've just had shipped to me. The bumpers is the only thing I had to have re-chromed, and I had that done in Dallas.
How much were the bumpers?
It was $800 each to have them chromed.
Yeah, that's what it goes for more or less here too. You'll pay $800, but
bumpers.
Then they don't last 6 months.
You just can't find bumpers for them.
And for paint, who did you wind up going to?
It was painted when I bought it. It was a project, but it had just been painted.
So you took it over from there and then went on building it from there. What made you put an LS in it?
I went from having a 3.8 liter that smoked and hardly got me anywhere. It was just undependable, and I wanted something that I can get on the highway and take off in.
And it doesn't matter if you install an LS into your car, if you have it under the hood, the value of the car just goes up higher. It just does by about another 10, 15 grand. No one ever questions, well, who put it in there? What kind of mechanic dropped that motor in? They're so reliable and dependable. Just push button, boom, and you're ready to go. It's like driving around in a brand new Denali, the performance and everything.
It's different.
You haven't tried the car out yet, to get the bugs out of it?
We just got it back from the mechanic that wired the LS in and got that going. And then last week I had the exhaust done, and when we left, it was at the upholstery shop getting the top done. So I haven't actually had it out on the road yet.
So you guys meet each other through Facebook. He's in the Lowriders and boats. You prefer Lowriders, like you said. Mm-hmm. You guys are married 18 years now. It went real quick. I mean, you're in Texas waiting for this guy to get out of El Monte, California boy, come with all the influences from over there. He had a master plan. You guys get together and full support the whole way, huh? All his decisions, everything he's doing. Mm-hmm. He had to check in with you and you agreed. And because you don't do it out there, especially living out that way. It's not like you could just look across and three of your neighbors all have lowriders or they have a shop that does hydraulics or paint or whatever, right? It's scarce over there.
It
So
is.
you have to rely on her as a best friend too, as a car club shotgun rider. Do you guys allow women in your club out that way?
I don't see why they wouldn't. There is not an actual female vehicle owner,
Hmm.
but I don't think
All
it's
the car clubs are starting to change.
they are.
Even the standards and the bylaws, all the old clubs too, especially. But I mean, the whole journey for you had to be exciting.
Hmm.
I mean, when you get married, there's a lot of things you get into, different hobbies and different stuff like that. But you both get into the car culture of low riding. Being from out there, almost on the outside looking in, you join the clique. What's that experience like now for you?
Um, well, it's a privilege to join a club with the standards they have. So we get respect everywhere we go just because of the shirts we're wearing, which is great.
You guys go to picnics, anniversaries,
Yeah,
annual get-togethers too.
most of the stuff we do is out of state. We don't really have anything going on in Oklahoma for our chapter.
So you travel a lot then,
We
just to
do.
get to places where it's happening,
We're out
right?
of town all the time.
How many chapters are close by you? 'Cause I know the
Um,
clique has how many chapters now?
there's about 13 or 14, and I think they just started a chapter in Australia.
Wow.
But there in Texas, there's El Paso, Houston, and DFW.
And the annual get together where everybody's got to be at, anniversaries, happens over here in LA
Well, I think the alliance meeting that we went to was in Phoenix
in Phoenix
this year.
with Chino.
Yes,
He had a tragedy too in his life, man. How's he doing?
he's
Have you
doing pretty
talked to him
good.
lately?
I think he
A great guy, man. Well, their whole chapter is their clubhouse. You've been to the clubhouse, right?
it's awesome.
Ah, it's a good times, man. You're like in a pizza parlor. Um, yeah, great. There are some great chapters, like the guys out there in Chicago. You'd never know, man. You traded your car all the way out here. How many? What was it? About 24 hours, and then you look over at the plaque. They go, "No, we're from here." And then you see the plaque click Chicago's like, damn, that lineup that they have is beautiful cars and all that. So that's a good thing, the camaraderie, but everybody getting together, like chapters are like families, you know what I mean? And all the heritage and everything. So it's a good thing for you. It keeps you busy too.
It does.
What do you do for a living, Paul?
I work at a Air Force base. I do heat and air.
When you left California, Monte, California, did you have that job already?
I did
or-
not. I went to school when I got there.
Okay. So usually everybody leaves because the job opportunity that comes up makes you move from this state to that state.
Yeah,
So you just went and got into that
I
field,
did.
huh?
I went to school when I got there. I was just doing maintenance and stuff here.
Uh-huh.
So when I went there, I was able to. I had enough money to live off of for a while, so I can go back to school.
So what is it like now, walking around with those colors,
It's
building another car? You just continue to just climb up the ladder, right?
yeah.
That's good, man. VP. Um, car shows. Any favorite car shows out there that you're looking up to?
I like Chicago. That's our
You've
favorite.
been there a few times though, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole different world. And I've mentioned it before, even back then, they used to complain a little, how come Lowrider doesn't come out to Chicago? And, that was the lifeline. And we get that all the time. And then you go out there and the quality of the cars, like even for the Autorama, there were about 200 cars out of there, but the caliber, the quality of the cars was all that. And I go, who's the leader here of all the different car clubs that were out there? Techniques are out there, Togethers out there. How do you guys keep this going? And I know a lot of them were transplants, but there's nothing out there. There's no magazine, there's no videos, there's hardly any shows. There are events in each town, right? Each city. But to keep it at that level, at that standards by themselves, that goes to show you if you're a diehard, you don't need anybody to cover you or put you in a magazine. But being in Oklahoma and all that and traveling 3 hours to a meeting, how many meetings do you guys have per
Well,
month?
we do a meeting once a month, but it's on. We'll do the group me.
You'll do it like that.
Yeah, because we can't get down there every month for
Right.
a meeting, but we are down there quite often.
But there's always get-togethers. There's always going to be more or less, instead of a club meeting, a car show.
Yeah,
What do you think about the shows, man? Ever since you got involved in it, I've seen you jump from class to class in your car, so the competition's a little bit stiffer.
Yeah, the G-body class is pretty rough.
It is. The judge, it's pretty rough for some of the judges though too, because you got to elevate from street custom, mile custom, full custom, and you got to fight for your category because the next thing you know, at a different show, they put you in a higher category and you're up against the big boys just like
Yeah.
that. You shouldn't have shaved your door handles, put them back on because now you're in this category. So I know for everybody that's out there, you put in so much money into your cars and you get to this level, and then you find out once you're at that level, you got to stick in another 10, 20,000 more to try to get a third place.
Yeah, we leave every show with ideas that we can't afford.
But you meet a lot of different people though too. They
Yes.
have stories similar to share like you guys though, right?
Hmm.
About car clubs and events like that. Everything good though? I mean, as far as all the shows and judging and everything,
Yeah,
nothing defeats your purpose.
no, we've it's been a journey, but it's been fun. We've met a lot of people. We've kept his face out there, and that was our main purpose to begin with.
What do you do? Do you do anything for a living to keep busy during the day or?
I work for a virtual high school
Oh,
or
cool.
virtual school.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
How long have you been doing that?
Probably about 18, 19 years. Hmm.
So you guys you don't miss when you come out here and you see everything that goes around out here because it's a different pace. But there's everything. Like you guys are going to stay in Long Beach this weekend. There's no parking there, but you got the ocean. I know you mentioned that twice. There's an ocean. Actually, you believe it once you're set right on it in Long Beach. But I mean, it's fast paced. 15 minutes from downtown LA. If there's no traffic, Port Sacal Village is down there. There's lowriders all up and down Pacific Coast Highway. I mean, you're back at home. Things haven't changed that much in even especially in Almani and the surrounding areas. Is it good to come out here? Do you miss any of it?
I don't. I don't actually miss it. I
Yeah,
like to come and visit, but after 3 or 4 days, I'm ready to leave.
that's like Las Vegas.
Yeah,
I can only hang out there. I got to get out of here.
our layover was enough of Vegas for us.
Are you that accustomed to that type of lifestyle out that way?
It's just a lot easier and slower.
A lot cheaper?
It is, well,
Every
for the
every
most part.
house here is $1 million now. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter where.
yeah.
And you saw the gas prices, right? Of course, diesel's almost the same that way too.
Diesel's a lot higher than regular gas is there, but they're both higher here.
You guys meet a lot of different car clubs.
Hmm.
Their wives, their girlfriends, their kids, because it's all family now. Lowriding has changed so much. Then joining the car club and you see a lot of that and everybody relates to each other's. It's a struggle everywhere. I don't care where you're at. How do you see lowriding though? How do you see lowriding? The way it's changed a lot from your days that you saw it and how it is. Now you guys are in deep into this. How do you see it going? You meet a lot of interesting people. You get a lot of ideas, Paul. You travel. You got to put that car in that trailer and you got to spend that fuel to go out there. You got to rent a hotel. It gets really costly. At the end of the day, here's your house payment. Here's all the utilities. And it's like, where did this come from? $1,500, $2,000 hotels and gas. How do you guys, it's worth it, right? It's like going on a vacation.
It is, yeah. And we get to spend time together and keep Polly out there. So
Where's lowriding going?
I don't know. It's mainstream now. It's not what it used to be.
What do you
But
mean by that?
it's on commercials now. You'll walk into a Target and see a picture of a lowrider car on there. You wouldn't see that before.
It's everywhere now. Whoever has a phone, they're filming something that they see on the freeway or in a parking lot. Yeah, it's mainstream. It's so commercialized. Even back in the days when corporate ran the magazine, it got commercialized. And people were thinking, well, it's not about our roots anymore. Somebody up there in an office counting numbers is running this whole thing, but it's only worldwide because of that. And it continues to grow and it multiplies day by day. And the only thing hurting it right now is building cars. You're going through that right now. The expenses to build a car. You just said $800 for a bumper out that way. everything. Interior, how much is it, what kind of interior did you put in there?
I've tried to leave everything as stock as I could.
Does it have the bench or does it have
It
the
has the
straddle seats?
it has the it doesn't have a bench seat in the front.
No. So you have the
They're
console and the
buckets.
straddle
Yeah,
seats?
well, my interior guy's building a console for it, but it does have bucket seats in it.
The original ones? That same shape?
I don't think
Something
they're
different?
original. They were in there when I got it,
You
but
have to have a console and a convertible,
I
though,
want to
right?
go back to a bench seat.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you guys are, what, 18 years now, huh? He wants you close by. That's cool. But you guys are, I mean, you do it yourself. If you go to a meeting, besides it being on Zoom or something like that, or go to meetings, you guys get together and are there any shows upcoming this year that you guys are going to go to, have plans on going?
Mm.
This next Saturday is the original Lowrider in Oklahoma, so we'll be there, and then the next one I believe is in September in Fort Worth. That'll probably be our next indoor show.
I like going to Texas. I like going to Texas for all the shows and all that. How's that? How's it changed? How are the shows changed? The car quality's flying up the ladder.
Yeah, it's hard to
Cars are
beat.
not getting built that quick anymore. If you can notice, it costs a lot more money. They're taking a longer time now. The cars are getting older. Um, do you see a lot of guys out there doing performance like you did? Where do you get the performance issue at for an LS in that in your rag?
Well, the block itself was in there when I bought it.
Okay.
We just had to finish it, but I would have swapped it if it wasn't anyways.
It's so much different once you get into that. And I say, you know what? You could get in a chromed out 350. You'll have two people looking at it, and you put an LS. I don't care. Even as oil or dust on it, you pick up that hood, everybody's like in awe over it, like a UFO landed, right? That's a nice thing, man. That's something you won't regret. And as an investment, it's up there. A lot of shops out your way in Oklahoma,
There,
paint, body,
there's
auto
not a
body,
lot.
paint,
There are several that are putting out some quality work, but it's not LA quality, but
but they're
they're
getting there.
they're definitely getting there.
That's what it takes time. Either you go through a magazine or you, if you're an upholstery shop or a painter, you have to get out there to a car show and see things like you say, you see things from every car now and then. For all the painters and all these sculptures that are out there doing body work, you get ideas of what they're doing. I mean, because to take a car from where you're at and come out all the way out here to go to a body shop out here you can trust to get a certain paint job, it's a lot easier if it's in your backyard somewhere and out there, not necessarily your backyard, but a shop close by, and they get the vibe of what you want, the body patterns, the colors, the coordination, and all that. Especially for the, you got to just up your game if you're a painter and an upholsterer out there. And there is, there's a lot of work for everybody out there to do upholstery and all that. The chrome that you're getting out there compared to the chrome that's out here, there's a difference.
Well, I didn't notice too much of a difference. It didn't come from Oklahoma though, but they did a good job on my bumper.
Um, to see how long it lasts, if you can use steel wool on it to clean it or a t-shirt, it doesn't last too long. $800 a bumper, and then sometimes you got 6 months before you even put your car back together. You got to take that bumper back in because there's a few little scratches are already started nickeling. And nothing is ever guaranteed, especially when it comes to lowriders. Are there suspension, hydraulic airbag shops out your way?
There are, yeah.
Pretty
I
good
had
name for
my whole
themselves.
the whole hydraulic setup was done there in Oklahoma.
You didn't try to attempt it to do it yourself?
No,
Bring some of those old school ways that way?
no.
Oil all over the
I'd rather
driveway?
I'd rather blame it on somebody else than blame it on myself.
Being in the boating life, and everybody owns a boat for a little while, and then they just park it in the driveway and it's just almost like a trailer. The trailer is the same thing. Next thing you know, the trailer gets used by all your friends. They bring it back, flat tire, broken tail lights, and all that. Being in the boating life, you're afraid of the water. I understand that. That's another life. I went on a mini day cruiser in Long Beach one time at some job. The boss took us all out. 8 of us got on there. It was overcast. I got burnt. We had a couple beers. It was one of the greatest times. And I really liked that. I didn't want to get into boating too much because it would take away from my low riding lifestyle. But a lot of times you do need to get away from low riding, whether it's 4x4s or Porsches, right? you got to get away from it to get away from that reality sometimes because it is monotonous. Do you miss any of that?
Uh, I miss our house that we had. We had a house out at the lake, but I don't really miss the boating part of it.
Well, we'll see. You're in Long Beach this weekend, so we'll find out. We'll find out about that. But anything else that you do? Any other hobbies besides low riding?
We really don't have time for anything else right now.
You guys are just both at work all the time, huh?
Yeah, if we're not working, we're out of town somewhere.
You guys both work on the cars together? Or just only at the shows?
When we're at the show.
Oh, she supervises, do this, do that,
Yeah.
clipboard. That's good. Who would you say would be your mentors in your life, where you're at today? Besides your surroundings where you grew up, is there anybody, parents, anybody, neighbors, anything in your life to be where you're at today? I mean, you wanted to see something different for your kids, so you got out of there. You guys hook up on Facebook and your lives completely changed then? Or is there somebody out there that helped you, that made you strong, who you are today?
No, I think we were both just looking for the same thing at the time, and we got together and started our family. We had 6 kids together, so that kept us busy for a long time. And once they started growing up and getting out of the house is when we started moving towards the boat thing. But I don't know that I actually had any mentors leading me the right way.
And your whole family, your parents, you have sisters and brothers? They're in the low riding too?
No, none of them.
What do they think about you? You hook up with some guy over here from El Monte, California. Looks like he should be in Oklahoma driving a tractor, right?
Yeah.
But no, he's got tattoos everywhere and he's diehard lowrider. Great guy though. I mean, all walks of life, cruise, right? Family loves the guy to death. Changed your life. Yeah.
They support it.
So this would be your mentor, more or less, then, at the end of the day.
She has helped me get a long ways from where I was at.
You guys were at somewhere that was really bad there for a while, and you both are strong to try to come through it. You never really get over it, I would say. I would never know that, but I can only just think about it. But both of you are both strong individuals, and you both deserve each other. You have any mentors in your life that made you the woman you are for this man here?
I mean, my parents probably.
Yeah. What do you still have your parents? What do they think about the car? And
they like it.
they trip out on him?
Sometimes.
But he's white. He's white, mija. Look at him. Why is he into that? Well, he's from El Monte. That explains it.
Yeah.
That's good for you, though. In the Klique Car Club, all the different chapters, you haven't met all of them just yet. They'll get together. They just did. Did everybody show up in Arizona?
Every vice president and president was there.
All of them, huh? Just only not the rest of the club?
Almost from every chapter.
That's cool.
Not the whole club was there, but
Yeah.
the president, vice president from each chapter was there.
That's good.
And then last year in Chicago was when everybody was at the original Lowrider show. That was their annual car show that Klique had picked out.
Oh, that's nice. They've always been very supportive. Okay, so as we almost come to a wrap here, being together for all these years, being in a car club, Lowriding's family oriented, and I'm going to ask for who your mentors are. At the end of the day, no one's gone through what you both have. So you guys are mentors to everybody else. What would be your advice out there for anybody in their lives that has lost a child, a sister, a brother? Man, I can't get over I can't even play music in here because every song I jam, my brother liked that song and I talk to him all day, so I can imagine, man, losing a son. But you guys have any advice yourselves for everybody else? We should never have to bury our kids. They should bury us, right? Any advice out there on what you both went through that you can give? Or is there any advice that you would give to the viewership that's out there that's been through that? Because, the rest of your life, yeah, I mean, you could put your head down and not want to live yourselves anymore. Or why me? Or blame that man upstairs. But there's always a reason behind everything. And you just got to believe in God and pray to him that, he gets you through it. What would be your advice? You could go first.
Just to, like, keep them out there. That's what we do. Just keep them alive in our family, in our lives.
I would say don't give up on them. Just because they're gone doesn't mean that you have to let them go. We keep them out there all the time, and that's what's helped us.
Your latest build, any murals of him, anything like that?
Right now he's on I always do custom wheel chips with his face on it. And he's in the interior ready, but I will be doing a mural on the trunk on this one again too.
You have to bring it down here to do that, or is somebody out there
I'm
pretty
do that
badass?
in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. You do. You got to just keep on going because, like they say, they're always around you. They're always watching over you. I mean, there's always going to be those signs. That's why you have to believe in that guy up there too. I still get my signs. Even losing my dad, I still hurt for my dad, and he would be 102 now. And it's like he had to go, Joe, get over it. But that's how life is, and we're blessed and lucky to still be here. But we do have to live their lives. We have to continue on, for them, and they'll talk to you somehow, some way. You'll hear them, or you'll see all these little signs. Anything else you guys would like to say out there before we come and close of the show? So there you go, everybody. Before we leave this episode, I would like to ask everybody out there to like, comment, and subscribe to the Wired Down Show. You know what this show is all about. It's all different walks of lives, leaders, women, military. Everybody deserves to be on here if they have a story or they earned it, no matter what type of car they have, who you are. There's always going to be kinds of famous people that got on a camera in here that have been on one 100 times before, but it's always good to listen to somebody else that has never been there, and that's why I welcomed you to come here. And I think you guys are a great story, and like I said about being mentors to everybody, both of you are, and they can approach you at the show, and I'm sure lots have, and everybody knows who you guys are. So we were blessed for today's episode, everybody. And other than that, thank you for being on. Paul, enjoy Long Beach. Hopefully you don't go buy a boat because of this weekend. And if you're the VP, she's your president, right? Family that low rides together stays together.
Yes, sir.
And the journey has only just begun. You guys got a long ways to go, and you've already earned it. So bless you guys. All right, everybody, there you go. Another episode of the Wired Down Show. We'll catch you next week. Thank you.